Good evening. If you can hear me, I'm having a little bit of trouble linking up here. Give me one moment. I'm trying to resolve these technical issues. Let's see. Say something in the chat, folks, if you can hear me. I'm going to try. I've got so many windows open right now. Give us a second to set up. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I want to send the invitation link for Zoom here in just a minute. I wonder what is happening. Hi there. Okay. I can hear you. I can hear. You can hear. Okay, but you can't see me, right? Thank you for saying so in the chat, folks. What are you seeing on your video screen? I'm going to try to get over here because we need to do this with video. I mean, Zoom keeps on screwing up, so I think my programs that I use to stream are confusing each other a little bit. I might have to restart unless we want to continue like this. Send to Zoom. Just my name. Okay. Well, you guys tell me, would you prefer it with video? I think video is nicer. It's more professional, but if you just want to go with audio, then I could do that. See, I keep trying. See, the problem is Zoom keeps on crashing. Start video. Let's try this. Okay, can you see me yet? You can see a table. Yeah, you probably see my kitty cats. Yeah, okay. So what's happening here, folks, is I've got a technical issue that might not be able to be resolved for video, but since we're able to do audio, that's good enough. What I'm going to do is I'm going to post an invitation to my Zoom call. And you guys, I forgot to make this clear, and some of you will get away with not having to do this, but I want everyone to get their question asked live on air, and then I'll answer your question so I can talk to you. It's just far more interesting to listen to if you're a viewer. So that link is being posted now, and I'm going to see if I can put that at the top, like if I can pin comment. Okay, so in the chat, go call into my Zoom. You could use the link to use your phone or computer, but there are some phone numbers, but they may be long distance because they're US numbers, it looks like. So once you have your question, if you've sent in your donation, you can call in and, of course, come on the show and ask your question. There is a couple, and that's going to help me with the reading too. I know that Dawn had put a note on her PayPal donation to me, and she's asked me a question that way, but I can't connect with you just by text, Dawn, so I'm so sorry. You're going to have to call in to get your question answered. So you can either call in through Zoom, but I think what I'll do as an interesting aside is I'll also put my phone number. If you want to call the old-fashioned way, we'll just put you on speakerphone. It's not ideal, folks. It's going to be far nicer to hear you over the Zoom call than a speakerphone. But in a jiffy, my number is there in the chat. Okay, 416-903-9009. Now, we're going to admit Carla into the room. Hi, Carla, can you hear me? Oh, Carla, you're going to have to toggle your microphone. This is what it's like Art Bell always telling people to turn off their radio every time they call in, and it'll never end. I'll always have to tell people toggle your microphones on Zoom. Some of you have been using Zoom for work, so you guys know about this already. Okay. Carla, I have you here, but I need you to toggle your microphone on the Zoom app so that you can talk.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Welcome. Okay, so do you want to ask a question?
Yes. My question is, will I have a child?
Oh,
And if so,
wonderful.
when?
If so, when? Okay, let's take a look here. I'm getting 2 years suddenly. That's the time frame, like inside of 2 years. Now, part of the problem, because I look, you haven't said if you have had any kind of fertility issues, but there's a little bit of an issue around structure, like you know how sometimes people have something like a tipped uterus or scar tissue or things like that. Have you been
Mhm.
diagnosed with any kind of structural issues?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, so that's going to get worked around, and
Okay.
it's within 2 years, and well, maybe even 18 months, and then pregnancy time on top of it looks like it's inside of 2 years, or it's just over 2 years.
Okay.
Have I ever seen a boy for you before? Have you had a personal reading with me?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, and did I see boy? Because I can't remember. You know, I read so many people.
Um, you, you, you did say boy, but you weren't sure. And then you said it could possibly be a girl as well.
Okay, interesting. So I might have seen two for you then, because if I couldn't make up my mind, it may be that you end up with both at some point, or maybe twins if there's any kind of special help with pregnancy, especially. Yeah, yeah. Good question. And how long ago roughly was your reading?
Maybe a year ago.
Okay, so not that long. Did I give you a timeline in the reading for children? Because it should line up with today.
Um, you said it was getting closer. You did not give me a timeline,
Okay.
but you did say something along maybe the lines of 2 years at that time.
Okay.
So,
Okay. So it's about the same now, or maybe I saw about 3 years then, and now it's gone down. Who knows? You'll have to refer to your notes or recording. So was that your first reading with me? Because your name is fairly familiar. You seem like one of my longtime clients.
yes, yeah, I think it's been a long time since the first time I met you.
Wonderful.
So
Was it in person together?
it was actually.
Oh yeah. Do you remember where? Was it above the coffee shop here in Toronto, or was it way up north?
It was, if I remember correctly, maybe Richmond Hill.
Yeah. So the dogs at the door, right?
Yes.
Our puppies that were barking all the time. Wow. Yeah. You've been one of my longtime clients. My goodness. So that's amazing. So have you had any particular experiences with your readings with me that stand out? Like any particular thing that came true that you think of still to this day?
Yeah, actually, let me see, maybe about maybe 6 years ago, 5 years ago, I had a session with you, and you're like, "Oh, I see moving." I'm like, and I was living in the city at that moment,
Hmm.
and you're like, "Yeah, I see you moving," and I'm like, "Oh, no, it can't be me. It's probably my sister." Well, it turned out that I did end up moving,
Hmm.
and I moved out of the city, so I did move far away from where I was. So yeah,
Oh, very
I
interesting. Really, eh? And what part of town did you move to? Did you end up going like out toward Barrie or something, like in the country? Oh no. Uh-oh, folks. See, this is what I feared. So our meeting got interrupted here.
okay, I
Oh,
could hear you
I'm
now.
back. Okay, yeah. So whereabouts did you move?
I moved to Whitby area.
Oh, Whitby, nice. Okay, very good. So, yeah, it does look like you're coming up closer to having children. It's probably that the 2 year time frame I'm giving in this reading includes the pregnancy time.
Hmm.
Because if you're pregnant in less than a year and it's all 18 months when it all comes together, you see what I'm saying? We're going into the two
Yep.
year period. So that could be what it is. We could just be getting closer and closer to it. Of
Yeah.
course, as you know, these live streams are not going to be as in depth as a personal reading. So, yeah, that's very good. Well, thank you very much for that question, Carla. Let's keep
Well,
in
thank you. I
touch. Oh,
appreciate it.
one more thing. Did you get the new book?
I have not. I've actually been meaning to.
Oh,
So,
cool. Okay, yeah. Well, you let us know if you enjoy it, and write an Amazon review once you get it for us, if you could. That would be really appreciated. And we'll see
will
you
do.
at the book launch when we finally get that off the ground once COVID's calmed down.
Wonderful.
All right. Okay.
Congratulations, anyways.
Oh, well, thank you, Carla. It's a pleasure, and let's keep in touch. I'll just put you in the waiting room. You could leave if you want to, and just chat in the stream. Now, before that crash, we did have a caller who has since left the room. So if you would like to call back, I'm not sure if you left the room because it crashed, or if you actually realized that you have to send $5 to get a question answered. We will need you guys to call in. I don't want to leave anyone out, but I know that some people misunderstood and began to send their question in a note along with their payment. So that's clever, but that's not going to be the way I can connect with you. So we've got Dawn, who I really want to have call in. Dawn, could you, if you're hearing me now, please call in, because you could either use my cell phone number, which is 416-903-9009, but you can also call in on the Zoom, which is linked in the chat below. So please do that. And anyone else who sent a payment for a question to be answered, don't hesitate, call on in. One thing I wanted to ask you guys as my clients and good friends here on the site is, so I've had my new appointment set up on my site for a while now. I think going on 2 years now, where finally you don't have to email me and wait to hear back from me to book your appointment. You could just book your reading on my website and through the scheduler. And I've noticed that when I have a longer wait list, like right now, I think we're going into the end of August, people stop booking readings. It's so bizarre to me. It's like they see that it takes a long time to see me, or they got to wait a few weeks, and they're like, maybe I don't want to go and book this reading. It's like, what are you? Isn't a busy psychic a good sign? Like, what's going on here? And it's something universal, because it's happening with a few people. There was an issue with my guest checkout button, where if you want to use your credit card, if you don't have a PayPal account to pay for your session, and I have addressed that as far as I can tell, but that might still be a factor. So my question to you guys was, do you have any suggestions on if there are any, how to encourage people to get on that list and book their readings? Because it doesn't make sense. If it's a long wait list, that's a good sign. And then if you never book your reading, you're never going to get a reading. So once you book, at least you're on the list. And I've got colleagues like Deborah Hooper and other psychics who don't seem to have this problem. She's booked up into December. In fact, I think if you book with Deborah now, it takes till January to see her. So actually, I'm one of the quickest decent psychics to get in to see. So anyone who has any ideas, please, let me know in the chat. Hi, Teresa. Thank you. The girls are looking good. That's nice. Jan Abra says, what a cool way to do a live. Yes. Well, we have one of the questions that was sent in was just answered. Carla asked if she was having a baby. And this is a good way, by the way, if you have seen me in the past or recently, but you might have one more question. You might have a follow-up. And I thought, well, because one of my colleagues, Liz, who's a psychic down in St. Catharines, she said, you should just do $10 follow-up questions for people. And I realized, but if I do that, if I put that as an option on my website, people who are not really serious about having a reading, who just want to get a fortune telling kind of thing, they're all going to flock to the $10 questions. So I said, no, I'm not going to do that. But this is a way to accomplish that, to have your cake and eat it too, I think, where we can actually handle questions, but also have some fun, and that way it's not going to cannibalize my business either. Anyway, can you guys still hear me? Because I'm seeing the chat slowed down here. Type something in the chat, everyone. This new interface for live videos is not my favorite, I have to say. It used to be way better than this, and we're having quite a few tech issues today, so I apologize for that. Okay, we've got Sarah waving hello. Thank you, Sarah. So I guess I'm coming through still. Now, as I said, I have to, if I'm going to answer your question, Dawn, I've got to have you call in. So let me try putting that link up one more time. Because Dawn, we're going to get a good reading for you. I think your question's good, but I need to kind of connect with you before I can answer it. Perfect. We have Nicole. Great, we've got a lot of people watching. See, in the old way, oh, okay, here it is. 13 viewers. Okay, so I just haven't learned all this yet. It's very unfortunate that we're not getting video. Although you guys are seeing my stream graphic with the girls, my kitty cat sitting on my office table. And I think Zoom is not liking my setup. So if you don't know how to use Zoom or don't want to, I'm putting my phone number. Because Dawn, you need to have your reading. Hurry up. Phone number's in the chat. Give me a call. We'll put you on speakerphone. And if you don't have a question, psychic question, because you'll have to give the $5 for that, but you do want to share a story or just say hi, you can also call in on the Zoom. Don't be shy. I had a few people in my Zoom call, but then Zoom crashed. So you've got to call back. I didn't kick you out, people. The Zoom just crashed. So give me a call there. Links are in the chat below. Again, unexpectedly. I'm almost wondering if... Okay, are we back now? I'm almost wondering if what's making this quit... Oh, now there's two of me. Maybe in some weird way you could see me now. Okay, I have to leave my own party now. Okay. Yeah, I'm almost wondering that when you guys try. A link to send a donation. Yes, it is in the description of this video. So let me see where that is. If I could. Yeah, let me get a link for the actual event here. Give me one quick second. I did put it in the description and it's on my Facebook page. It's a bit of a hassle to get it right now, but we're gonna try. This is a new experiment, folks, so please be patient with this jitteriness. I'm going to figure this out for next time to have video and to have all of this seamless. But right now it's being quite annoying. All right, so in the chat is the PayPal me link. You can send $5, or if you're generous, you can send feeling generous, you can send a little bit more, and I'll probably spend more time on you. And once that's done, you call in the Zoom link or the phone number, and you come on the show and you can ask your question live. That's how we do it. Okay. Okay. Nicole, you got a call in the show. Waiting on Nicole to come on in. And Jen, we're going to wait for you too. Nice to see all of you guys. I mean, it's been a while. One of the things has been the book. That's what we were getting out there, which you can see on my website. It's called Connection, Discovery of a Soul System. You can also search my name on Amazon if you have an Amazon account. And that way you could get the book. And John and I are in the works planning a book launch. So we're going to do some touring in the fall. Hopefully, if COVID's settled down, we're going to be visiting theaters and having you all come, and we're going to have some wine. I'm going to do readings on the stage. We'll talk about the book. We'll do some signatures. And my signatures are goofy, okay? You're going to get, some of you are going to get my signature with a cat drawing. Some of you are going to get a penis drawing. Some of you are going to get just all kinds of wacky stuff. I do weird stuff when I sign things. It's been a thing that I've done since I was young. So be prepared for that. Nikki, you are joining the call. So once you toggle your microphone, Nikki, and you can talk, we'll be able to do the reading.
Hello.
Hi. Nice to see you or hear you. All right.
Nice to hear me.
Yes, indeed. What's your question, Nikki?
My mom's actually had readings from you in the past, and she's asked about my fertility. So I've had fertility issues, and I'm kind of just wondering if you see any babies in the future for me.
Did you hear our first call with Carla?
I didn't. No, I just joined in. My mom just told me about it. She's like, you have to go and join now.
She had a fertility question too. It's the baby night, apparently. This is great. So
yeah, it's
so
the
let's take a look.
COVID baby craziness.
COVID baby craziness. Now, you have had some bouts of endometriosis, have you not?
I don't think they've ever found that. No, I have PCOS.
Okay, maybe that's what I'm misinterpreting then. Does that result in any scar tissue?
No, that's what they keep checking for, thinking that it might be that, but they haven't been able to find anything like that.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So it's just that I must be picking up on the concerns, not the facts. Then that's good. Okay, and so I could see one child for you, and my sense is like next year. I feel like into 2022, and you've been trying for a good 5 years now.
Almost 4 now. Yep.
Yeah. Maybe 5th year is the charm. Maybe this baby's born then. Also, I feel a boy. But you've always wanted a girl, though. So, they can come to us in unusual ways, unique ways. Uh-oh. Our Zoom crashed again. Bear with me, Nikki. Can you hear me? Are we back? Oh. Nikki, you might have to toggle your microphone again. Can you hear me? And Jen's also here with us. I don't know what happened. Oh, there you are.
There you are. Well, you said 5th year is the charm, and then it totally froze on me.
I know. We're going to have to fix this for next time or find a way around it. But yeah, so you're going to, I see a boy, even though you've always seen a girl for yourself. So maybe there's going to be a boy, but then maybe you adopt a girl or something like that down the road. Who knows? Kids come into our life in funny ways too. Mm-hmm. Good.
Awesome.
Good.
Thank you so much.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I'll put you in the weight room, but you can leave if you want to, and you could just listen and chat. I love you guys chatting, by the way. That's great. Okay, we're going to bring in... Uh-oh. We're having another little crash with this. I'm thinking that when people call in on Zoom is when Zoom starts to crash, so it's not happy with me tonight. Let's see here. Ugh, this is so irritating. This is such a mood buster. Let's try this one more time. Now, okay, it's the same chat, it looks like. The same meeting anyway. But one of my participants, we just lost you, Jen, so come back if you can. My dear Jen, we were so close and then it crashed on you. I'm so sorry about that. Give us a call back, Jen, or you can try my cell phone if you want. Okay, you're in the waiting room. Let's bring Jen back on. Here we go. Welcome.
We're so close and then it crashed on you. I'm so sorry about that.
So we can hear in the background. Do you have your computer on, or are you listening through your phone? Oh, Jen, can you hear me? Oh no, it's crashing again on us. Send to Zoom. Come on, Zoom. Work with me here, people. All right.
There we go.
Jen, you can hear me. Perfect. All right.
Yep.
What's your question, Jen?
I'm just wondering a question about my spiritual business, where it's going, how expansive is it going to be? I'm just switching it up. I'm a psychic as well, and I like watching other psychics. I think you're awesome. And I'm just wondering where it's going to go.
Fantastic. And I'm getting cards and other kind of synchronistic tools with you. Do you ever use those?
No, I used to use cards. I'm just not really super drawn to them anymore.
Perfect. So you're more in the clairvoyant area now, right?
Yeah, I'm actually very clear. I'm very clairvoyant with psychic and very clairaudient with mediumship.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Jen, we've got to see now. This is what we have to do. We have to do a show together, don't we? And where you can
that'd be
see
awesome.
me. I used to date a psychic when my 20s still, and we would do this funny thing where if I had a client come, you know, my boyfriend would just sit in with me and do readings on. We tag team them.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we call it tag teaming. It's so much fun, and you know, when there's strength in numbers, because clients won't argue with you as much when there's two of you.
Right?
So
you
do
just
that.
gang up on them.
So whereabouts are you, Jen?
I'm actually in Beaverton now. We moved from Orangeville.
Oh, gorgeous. Okay, so Beaverton. Yeah. I have found a phenomena in our work. When you're really doing it, you're meant to do it. It's as if we get placed in different places. I just tried to go up to Barrie. Now, Deborah Hooper is a good friend of mine, good colleague, and she's amazing, and she's got a huge wait list, and she's the thing in Barrie. So I'm thinking you have to be the thing in Beaverton, you know? And,
cool.
And my sense is that location is important for you. So this is a weird phenomena, okay? Every psychic who's meant to make it and succeed in this field does so in a unique way. There's a few channels. Some do the psychic fair circuit, which you were never into, I don't think.
No.
Others, like me, do media. Like I seem to shine on the radio, on television, things like that. That's my entry point. Very similar to Sylvia Brown. I feel like it's really key to have a store or to have some kind of an office out of your house. I've had 4. I know what it's like. I know it's hard. I know it's expensive. Somehow that's going to help you. And it might just help you purely by the notion of a lot of us psychics, especially those of us who are busy, are not even doing in person anymore. And people are really looking for that.
Yeah,
so that'll set you apart. And also, your space is good for your psychology. Don't you find?
Yeah.
I'm
stuck in my bedroom right now doing readings, which I hate. Because we have 5 bedrooms, but I have too many children. So I need to tell you, you're actually right on, because I actually got offered an office in Beaverton, and my son got a job at a cafe here, and they said they already know who I am. I'm like, how do people know who I am already? So
fantastic.
This is great validation.
I'm so happy. And you know, I see your office being so cool in the future. I was looking at one in Cookstown when I still lived up north. I'm now in the city again. And they had like this old building from the 1800s, and it was just offices. And you'd have this big, beautiful room with a fireplace, and down the hall's the washroom. Everyone, and there's lawyers, there's accountants there. I'm seeing a place similar like that to you, but it feels more storefront based. And even if it's someone else's store, but they let you use a space, that's fine.
Okay.
All you need is a room, really. And you know how it is. You're going to make it beautiful and comfy. Because we deal with hard crap, don't we? And I estimate within 2 years, you're going to be the thing in Beaverton.
Wow. The thing in Beaverton.
Yeah.
The big town of Beaverton.
I have to tell you this quick little story. I had a colleague years ago, Sherry, and she's a psychic. She really helped me develop. And she drove me up. I said, oh, there's someone in Cookstown I want to go and see, this woman I had heard of. And she drove me up there, and this woman was a disaster. I mean, not only was she not that good as a psychic, but she had no teeth. I mean, she probably had addiction issues in the past. It was just a mess. Scraggly hair. I mean, she looked like a psychic, frankly. But Sherry and I walk out of there, and Sherry just says, well, God sends them where they're needed.
That's great. That's hilarious.
It's a little mean, but the point is, I see you actually succeeding at this quite a lot. And I feel like you might, I'm actually starting to get really interested in tarot cards for the first time in my life. I don't think that they have any inherent power, but I find at the end of a reading, it could be fun to let a client pick one. I did one for my son, essentially. He's like my son. And I did a reading for him 7 or 8 weeks ago. My girlfriend, Tanya, picks some cards, same amount. She did 6 cards. She didn't know the reading that I had given him. She got all the same friggin' cards. She got the same reading for him.
Yeah.
Like, how does that happen?
How do they know? How do the cards know? That's what I would say. How do the cards know?
It's something. I think a tool in the hands of a genuine psychic like yourself, I think that those tools can come alive, don't you?
Yeah. Well, I think the people, like the clients, love them. I don't personally love them anymore, but
Me
the
neither.
clients love it.
They
'cause
do.
it's
It
tangible.
kind of gives you a feeling of something happening.
Yes.
And I do think for you, it's not going to be cards, but psychometry is something you should work more in, or you will. I shouldn't say should, because it's just something I
Okay.
saw. I saw you holding objects and getting a lot
Okay.
from that. So that could be an interesting aside, but I don't think it'll be your main type of reading. I think you'll just encourage clients, if they're asking a specific kind of question, to bring an object.
Okay.
And for me, the way to get around, because we don't want any front loading, right? That the reason I say to clients, don't bring pictures, don't show me pictures, because it gives me clues.
Yeah.
You might say, look, if you've got a question about a person that you're in a relationship with, or if you've got a question about a missing person or even a dead loved one, bring an object, but don't show me that you have this object. Keep it hidden until the end of the session. Then we'll do the psychometry at the end. And I feel like that's going to be something you could really zing at that. I do work with some intelligence with remote viewing, and I'm not even the best viewer. I do pretty cool. Like, I get some pretty impressive results, but some of the people that aren't even practicing psychics are incredibly good with remote viewing, because it's that clairvoyance. And
Yes.
I don't know, I just feel like you have a big gift for that you're going to really impress people with. So that might be fun. I went to a psychic once, and she did drawings because she's an artist. And this woman starts talking about my first love and talking all about it. And she was right about everything. And then she turns the paper around. I thought she was scribbling, and she friggin' drew the person. Like, what the heck? Oh, we got cut off again. I was rambling. Oh, no. Here, we're back.
There we go. You're back.
Perfect.
You're back.
Yeah, so she drew the person.
That's
in the whole
awesome.
reading.
It's funny that you say that, because I actually doodle when I do readings. I doodle, and if I'm doing a mediumship reading, I can tell when someone's hiding something that they brought, because they want me to prove they're there. Do you know what I mean? Or prove that I'm good. So I can already pick up on the stuff that they're hiding, which is cool.
That's amazing. That's amazing. We're going to have to move on in a moment, because you and I could talk.
Of course.
Let's do an episode together, and let's read people and talk a bit about the craft.
Oh my God, that'd be so awesome.
That's so fun. And
I think my assistant is watching you right now. Sarah Med is my assistant, and she's the one who introduced me to you. And I have a psychic radio show, so you're more than welcome to come on there too as well.
Oh, fabulous. So are you just on the internet or the radio up in Beaverton?
No, just it's from the States. They're in the States, and they stream live on YouTube and
cool.
Facebook and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we can connect if you're interested.
Yeah,
I would love that.
Yeah, let's do that. That'll be fantastic. Yeah. We're gonna move to some more clients. But thank you for that question, and best of luck with your final little baby.
Thank you so much.
Okay, now.
Okay, thank you.
Take care. Monkey's in the way, guys. So in order to bring you into the room, I need to move her so that I can see my screen here. Bear with me, everyone. I know you're waiting patiently, and I appreciate it. Let's go to participants. Let's bring... Oh, wait. You left. You just left. I was going to bring you in the room. I was just going to... Come back. Okay. Hi, Sarah. That's very nice of you. Thank you for introducing me. This is going to be fantastic. Jen and I are going to do some work together, and... yeah, she's going to be your go-to gal if you're in Beaverton, folks. We got to... Jen, why don't you post your website in the chat so my clients, if they're interested, they can book with you? Because so many of my people here on this page have already seen me recently. So I know that they're interested in all number of things spiritual and different practitioners, especially when you go to different psychics and all of us see similar things, but maybe from a different angle. It's going to be beneficial to you. So definitely give Jen a call, folks. You're going to be hearing me on her stream soon, and she's going to come back, and we're going to do a special episode together. Now, let's see who we have. We are waiting on... I'm still waiting on Nicole, I believe. Nicole? No, we already read for Nikki. Okay, that's right. Nikki's done. We're just waiting on Dawn at this point to come on in. Please, Dawn. I'm sorry I can't call in. My daughter is watching you. She doesn't know about this. Okay. Okay. Well, it's okay. Yeah, I know. You can always call me after. You can call me after. We'll just chat on the phone for a few minutes. I know. I didn't explain myself well, did I? I didn't tell you guys that you're going to have to call in and put yourselves on the spot. But that's okay. It's just so much more interesting, you know? And thank God I didn't answer any questions that people don't really want to be aired out in public, right? That's important. I didn't want to do that on the fly here. So we'll because you sent $5, we'll call you after the show. Just send me your phone number, Dawn, okay? Oh, here we go. Jen's website here, elevatehersoul.com psychic reading. I love it. Let's take a look at this site for Jen. Oh, very nice. Very nice. And she's cheaper than me, folks. So, yes, go see her. Go see Jen. So, and you do Reiki as well. That's good. So people are looking for that connection and healing right now. Absolutely. Now, here's the thing. I'm just trying to see, because I thought I had more interactions. I didn't just get 2 or 3 people. I've got a few more people who have sent money in. Oh, that's right. That's right. So we've got Nikki. We've got... Oh, I see. Jennifer sent me $20. That's what's... Oh, thank you, Jen. That's so kind of you. Oh, geez. That's really nice. I appreciate that. The cats will be eating good tonight. Maybe Daddy can afford a bottle of wine. All right. Oh, Samantha's nervous to call. Don't be nervous, Samantha. Just give it a try. I know we had one caller who dropped, unfortunately. And I'm hoping we can get them back. Join the meeting. Let's go. You were doing so well. So well. All right, we were doing so well with our Zoom, and then it crashed. See, I think when Jen came in, I think everything stabilized. She's got the healer energy, folks. Oh, Jen is so kind. No, I really appreciate that. Now let's take a look here. I just got an alert of some kind. Okay, folks, we have time for one more caller, I think, if anyone could. Samantha, now's your chance, honey. The world doesn't wait for the shy. Just jump on in. Okay. I am gonna fix this, folks, because I think we should do this probably more like a weekly thing. But I want video because it's so much more entertaining to watch my silly face. To see the frustration on it when I can't get anything to work. You know what, though? That's probably why Zoom got better. We have a caller here. Literally a caller on the phone. Let's take a look. Hello, bro speaking. You are on air.
It's me. It's Samantha.
Hi, Samantha.
Hi. My Zoom wasn't working. I don't know what's going on.
Mine neither, apparently. Anyway, thanks for calling in. You're one of my top fans. You always chime in. You're always giving feedback.
I love you.
Aw, well, I love you too. That's very kind. And you've been to me for readings, right?
Oh my goodness, so many times.
Yeah. And when was your first one? How long ago?
My first one, actually, would have been 7 or 8-ish years ago, probably 8, because you told me I was pregnant with my son, and I had no idea.
Wow. Oh, wow. And so at the time you were, but you hadn't figured it out yet.
No, and you even said, you were like, oh my God, I hope I didn't ruin a big surprise.
What is with it tonight? It's the baby's night, it seems. Everyone's got a baby story for me. When am I having a baby? And they're all sons, too.
So funny.
That's so cool. Did anything else over the years stand out to you, or was that the biggest thing?
Oh gosh, so many things, too many things to even remember. But something else was, one time you had mentioned a family member who I think you thought they had already passed, and they had, I think you said brain cancer. And like when we were talking, we just couldn't figure it out because I was saying, well, maybe my second, third cousin, and you said, no, it's a man, a tall man. And then a little while later, we found out that my uncle had cancer in his lungs, and it was in his brain as well.
Oh, okay. So you had to wait to find out. Yeah, that happens a lot.
Yeah.
That happens a lot. Sometimes it can even be about a historical event that you don't know. Like I had two clients actually, both of which their mothers had died. These are different people, different families. And in the readings, both of the mothers said that they had a son, and both of my clients said, no, I don't have a brother. And then years after the reading, their brothers showed up and said, hey, your mom, we have the same mother. I was adopted at birth.
Oh, wow.
So the dead will even spoil surprises for sure.
Yes.
So did you send me something? Were you the one who sent the e-transfer, or did you go through PayPal?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, no, I did the e-transfer, but I don't have a life question. I don't know if you can help me with this, but I was trying to find 2 necklaces that belong to my daughters, and they just vanished, both at the same time.
I kind of see like an older girl having taken them.
Really?
Like I gosh, you know, look, you're putting why is there so many controversies that you always get from me every time you have a reading? Now I'm like, I would check with your nieces. I would check with nieces, not even on your side necessarily. It could be who's like the girl that when they went missing, maybe she was close to 12 years old. Is that one of your side, or was that your husband's side?
Neither. We don't really have any girls around that age.
It could have been a random girl. I don't know if they would have taken their necklaces to school with them or what, but I'm kind of getting them taken by a slightly older girl.
Okay, that's really disappointing.
I know. You know, it reminds me of a time I had a client whose mother had died, and her mother left a ring for her daughter, and the ring had been stolen. And I said to the woman, oh, you're just go and buy a new one and say that's the one from mom. And she goes, I can't lie to my daughter. I said, first of all, who do you think I'm getting the information from? Second of all, it's no different, really, at the end of the day. So I don't know. I can see you replacing them anyway. It's too bad.
Oh, okay. They were a little sentimental. So.
I know. And I'm so bad for that too. Like I get people emailing me this question and I'm like, that's not an appropriate question for a psychic. Learn to be less materialistic. Like I literally tell people off when they ask me these things. But that's because I'm one of those people. I throw everything. I don't keep anything. You know, I'm terrible that way.
I'm notorious for that,
but when it's your kids, it's different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I see a little bit of a replacement going on there. That should work out fine. Poor things. Oh well. Is that all? That was the only question you had?
I think so for now.
I feel bad because it's like a no. The answer's no. You can't. Where can we go with that? Anyway.
If you want to answer another question, I don't know.
Let's try one more. You deserve it.
Job-wise for me? Permanent?
Job-wise, permanent. Let's see. Well, why do I feel like you need to be in an office of a school or something like that, like administrative, but in an educational setting? Have you ever looked at universities, or are you qualified in any way?
No, I'm teaching, but not in an administration.
What are you doing in teaching? Oh, you're a teacher.
Right now, kindergarten, but I've just been constantly covering for people. I see. Setting.
See, I forgot. I didn't know you're in the education system already. I thought, as you asked a question, that we're just sort of going from nothingness to a job. But okay, so I am seeing schools, so you will be in the school, and I suppose the administrative vision isn't so much that you're going to work there, that administration, but administration will give you a position. Like, in other words, stay put, because this place could end up giving you a position.
Okay, that's kind of what I was hoping for, so that's perfect.
Yeah, and I'm thinking at the end of next year. I think you're still going to cover this year, but I think in 2022, 2023 school year, that's when you're looking at permanence.
Okay, that actually makes perfect sense.
Yeah, tenureship. Someone will be retiring, someone in the English department, or someone with more of an English degree. or literature, and they're going to retire. She's kind of lighter haired, or she's older, and yeah, so that's going to open a way for you.
Perfect.
I have a quick question. When my Zoom crashes and my calls can't hear me, can you still hear me on the stream even when it crashes?
Yes, we hear you.
Perfect. Okay, great. Well, that's a great question. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you.
Okay, take care.
Okay, talk.
Oh, I'm notorious, by the way, folks, for hanging up before the goodbyes are finished, because I hate goodbyes. I really hate them. When you've had a lot of sudden death in your life, goodbyes are very uncomfortable. But I know, I should get better at that. But yes, Samantha, thank you. That was very nice. Very nice to hear from you. All right. So you know what could be going on with Zoom? My theory is that you're getting my microphone through my streaming app and not the sound through Zoom. So that's probably what's going on here. And maybe what I'll do is I'll play around with this before the next cast. Hopefully I'll fix it, because Zoom is far better for live cast. Or what will happen is I will just take calls from my cell phone like I just did. I mean, the quality is not as good, but it's better than nothing. Actually, I could make the quality better. I can plug my cell phone into my audio setup. Now you guys don't need to hear all this. Of course, I'm just musing to myself. I am a amateur broadcaster. I love radio. I listen to talk radio all day, every day, even when I'm sleeping. It's a problem. It's probably an addiction. But my goal is to eventually become more of a broadcaster and have more of a permanent kind of thing. So yeah, what do you guys think about me doing this weekly instead? Now, I'm getting a couple of questions in the chat while you guys go to answer my question there, if you want me to do this more. Marlene says, hey, what's going on? Hi, Marlene. It's nice to see you here. We're just doing a little hangout, Psychic Salon. So I'm taking questions, but you're going to have to pay for a question to be answered, because I always used to do these for free. But this, I thought, would be a nice way for clients who have seen me before, if they have a follow-up question but don't want to have a full reading. Like, it's a great idea, right? $5. I mean, it's a Starbucks drink. Cake in a cup is what I call that. And then we have Jeanette. How do we send PayPal if we don't have PayPal? You can send an e-transfer to me, and you can make the password reading, and I'll give you my email address in a response. It's bro.perkins@gmail.com. Because I didn't spend a lot of time researching before we did this, Jeanette, so the problem I'm having here is I probably could have found a way to get PayPal to work if you're using your credit card, but I didn't look into it that much. Okay, Lisa Tucker. This was awesome. Love listening to you. Hi, Lisa. Nice to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. I haven't done this in a while. How's Newmarket up there? I just got back to the city in March, and I've been setting myself up to broadcast, and I'll eventually be doing my readings on Zoom. Hopefully it will work, of course. I think it's only screwing up tonight because of the way I broadcast. I use a complicated streaming service, so it's all complicated. It's why you can see my cats on the table, that picture, and my little Psychic Salon thing, and it's essentially a program that lets me pipe all of my different media through one channel, so it can just be a seamless thing, but Zoom is not cooperating tonight, apparently. Now we've got, okay, Dawn is in the waiting room. I'm going to admit you, Dawn, but we'll have to handle this carefully. I mean, because I believe you're the one who emailed me. Dawn, my dear, toggle your microphone if you want to come on the air. And we'll try to handle your question. I was going to call you privately after no matter what, but, you know, if you can talk to me on air, it's even better. Samantha says broadcasting would be an awesome idea. Wonderful. Nicole says, let's do this weekly. Marlene says, hello, money fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. Well, that's what I was saying. Liz takes $10 follow-up questions, but you know, as I said, if I put that on my website, just everyone would just go for $10 follow-up questions, and I would suddenly become homeless. I wouldn't be able to pay rent. Toronto's expensive, folks. But yeah, so I thought this was a nice compromise. Everyone gets to have something, and it's not going to break the bank. Just sent more money, says Nikki, for one more question. Oh, okay, that's good. Yeah, you can have another question, sure. Jeanette, yes, I do have time. Yeah, we'll hang out here as long as we need to. I try to be a little bit, I use a little bit of brevity just so that we can move along, but I don't have anywhere to be right now. Go weekly. Great. Now, Dawn, you are in the room, I think. So, oh, you're muted. So you have to unmute yourself, which we are crashing again. Oh, no. Ugh. Hold on, Dawn. We'll be right back. We should be able to pull you up momentarily. Invite. Let's bring Dawn in. Participants. Okay, Dawn, so you are, I'm going to ask to unmute. And then you can unmute yourself if you want to come on and ask your question. I assume that's why you called in the Zoom. And Jeanette will wait for the e-transfer to come in. I've got two e-transfers, one from Emily and another from Sarah Med. So those just came in like just hot off the press. So you ladies have to call in the show to ask your questions. So you can do that either through my Zoom call, or if you want a more stable connection, you can definitely do the phone call, 416-903-9009. Yep, and once you send your money, you can join right away. So Dawn, you are in the room, but your microphone is muted, so I assume you don't want to ask your question live or talk. But you did call in, so I don't know.
No, sorry, I had to get back to Zoom. I couldn't find it on my phone.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I know the pain. Trust me. I've got 50 windows open. Okay. Did you? We have Nikki as well. But did you want to ask your question first, or make a comment?
Well, I just really wanted to it's my birthday today, so I wanted to just spread the love and send you a donation.
Happy birthday. How wonderful. How wonderful. In this setting, it's going to be hard for me to pluck any random thing out of the air because that's just going to open the door for a full reading.
No, that's okay. I do have a question for my daughter, though.
Sure.
I had a reading with you a few years ago about her job.
Mm-hmm.
You predicted that she would get a job that she was applying for, and she did, that she went to school for. It was phlebotomy, like a phlebotomist.
Yeah.
And you said that she would do that for about 2 or 3 years, and then she would go into something different.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's been almost 3 years, and she's at the point where she just hates going to work. She doesn't like her work setting. And wondering if you can go into a little bit more detail of what your prediction was.
Sure. Let's give that a try. It's still, whatever she does has to be somewhat clinical on some level, though. Mm-hmm. She's definitely more of a healer type. And I'm just seeing whether it's personal support work or massage therapy. I see something like that. I feel like she can help people recover from things.
Mm.
And it's not going to be right away. It'll take about a year and a bit. But she's going to switch over into something more like that.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's not, admittedly, it's not as deep a reading as I would like for a complex question like that, but that's what we're dealing with for tonight. But there is some semblance. I think it's still going to be clinical feeling, and I think it still helps people, but I think rather than doing that it's what an awful thing it must be to do lobotomies. It's like more of a healing thing that she's going to get into. And I think she might have even felt turned off by the whole clinical thing because of what she's doing, but there are other versions of clinical work that are going to suit her much better. And I think that's the negotiation that she needs to make with herself.
Yeah, I think she likes what she's doing. Just with the pandemic, her location closed and she had to go to a different one.
Yeah.
And she ran into issues with other coworkers.
Yeah, it's like when you like your job, but the team is bad.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off there, but I was saying the team is not good. It can ruin the entire experience, right? Yeah, not fun. So yeah, in just a little over a year, I think that the change will come in, and she's gonna be very happy with what she's doing, from what I see.
Okay, good to know. Good
Yeah,
to know. Thank you.
yeah. Oh, absolutely. Now, Dawn, um, are you the one that sent me a $20 donation just recently?
Yes.
Oh, well, thank you. What a generous donation. That's very kind. Let's do another question if you have one more, or is that all you really wanted to cover?
Um, yeah, I guess. I just like it's for, is it for your cat or
Oh, yeah, no,
I don't know,
the
help
problem,
something. I don't know who that was.
for my cat, you talking about the donation page? Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that was for my sister's cat. I can't ever change it. The PayPal me link will never change. I didn't know that when I set it
Oh,
up.
okay.
So it's always a perpetual figgy fund. But he is doing better. You guys saved his life, I might add, because my sister really didn't have money, and we raised about $600 together. We really did well for the cat, because vet bills are crazy.
Oh, I know. I just took mine in. He's 18, almost 19, and he's in chronic renal failure.
No.
And
Yeah.
yeah, had a bunch of tests done, like $900. I know it's not
Oh,
cheap, but you do what you do.
you have to. My little baby is on her last leg with cancer, and it's just devastating. It's devastating. But she's always had health issues. She's one of these souls that came in to experience a lot of lessons around health ever since she was a
Hmm.
kitten. Like even a week before I was going to get her fixed, we were set up with the shots, everything. We were literally a week away from her surgery to get fixed, and her uterus got an infection and almost killed her.
Oh my
So it's
goodness.
just always, and some souls like Dr. Stephen Hawking, his love life was fine, his work life was great, his freedom to think for himself was wonderful. It was his health that was always a big lesson for him. So souls have different areas that they learn the most from. And that's what
Hmm.
I've noticed with my girl. So I refuse to bring her back to a hospital. She's so traumatized by them. That's why we're doing home care, palliative, and I've got a wonderful doctor who comes to the house and takes care of her. So yeah, I know what it's about. But thank you again. So if that's all you have for now, we can always connect a bit later. No other question? Oh no, of course it has to crash again. Just bear with me, guys.
Guide at all?
Oh, okay, you cut out
Any
because
real
I had
quick?
crashed. What was that?
Did anything real quick come through with my spirit guide,
Spirit guide. Let's take a look here.
with my job or anything?
Oh, okay, with your job, you mean? Okay. If, in other words, does your spirit guide have any insight into your work life? Okay.
Yeah. Real quick, I don't want to take up too much time.
Well, I think it's about a position change, not a career change, but more like going into a smaller team,
Okay.
being in some form of management or directly reporting to an executive or a VP or something. I think I see you like at a higher echelon.
Okay.
Are you kind of just in like an office setting right now?
I work from home, so in my home office.
Okay, and when it's not COVID, are you going into an office?
No, it's permanently work from home.
Okay, what do you do right now?
I'm a tech support agent
Okay,
for
yep.
Apple.
So it could
Yeah.
very well be that your role or position gets a promotion of some kind. And
Okay.
and you may, whether it's, so I consider it office work because it's office-y, even though it's your own home
It
office.
is. Yeah.
I get you having a promotion of some kind. I'd even say about a year, like in summertime of next summer.
Okay.
So keep
Good. I
drudging
was wanting
through.
to be like a team manager or something I was looking for.
You actually have been thinking of team management. Perfect. Because that's
Yeah.
where I see you going. It's just going to take another year because it feels like someone has to get out of the way for you to make a space for you.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Don. That was a great question. So I'll put you back in
All
the
right.
waiting room. You can always hang out on the chat, and we're going to bring in our next caller. Put in waiting room. Now we're going to bring in Sarah because Sarah, I think you had just tried to call on the cell phone. And now we're going to switch to Zoom. All right, Sarah. So toggle that microphone and see if we can. Oh, there you are.
We're going to bring in our next caller.
Oh, there I am.
Now we're going to bring in Sarah because Sarah, I think you had.
So Sarah, we're hearing a reverb. So in other words, we can hear myself because there's a bit of a time delay on the stream. Go ahead.
Can you hear me okay now? I turned the volume down on, I didn't realize I had both
Beautiful.
playing.
Perfect. All right. So, Sarah, you had called in on the cell phone, I think, for a second question. Is that right?
Yeah, no, I just wasn't sure about if I was going to bump the other person off on the reading. So I thought if I just called on the phone, that would not disconnect her. But
Oh, perfect.
anyway, here we are.
Here we are. What's your question?
I've had a reading by you last January 2020. It was amazing. And I just wanted a follow-up question on life partner. What I can do to make sure that the next person who I get into a long-term relationship with is the right person for me.
Very good question. Let's take a look here. And I know you're waiting in the room, Nikki. So, and then Jeanette, we also have to have you call in just while I'm about to focus for you. Sarah, this might take a minute. Well, it's funny because the answer that's coming to me is you're not going to know it's the right one for a while. It's sort of like that's part of the vulnerability process of falling in love, right? What can you do to make sure you can find the right one? I think it's a loaded question because I think you're asking partly, is there anything I do already that sabotages myself? Is there a pattern that I need to be aware of to avoid? What kind of clues about the person might tell me that they're the right one? I saw a fella who, to me, looked fairly thin or lean. I saw brown hair, mousy brown. So, because I was born blonde and I went more into a mousy brown hair too. And I feel he's just very good at listening. There's such a listening component. Like he's not one of those people that's just waiting for his turn to talk. He really engages. The communication between you guys is going to be a feature of the relationship.
Well, that's...
Yeah. Oh, Sarah, you cut off. Just if you can hear me, we're crashing. We'll be right back. Oh, apologize, guys. Just give us a second. We'll be bringing her back on and everyone will be reconnected in a moment.
I can hear you again.
Perfect. All right, Sarah. Now, those of you who did drop, please call back because we still had Nikki in the room and I need Jeanette to call in too. So, Sarah, you had been saying something when we got cut off. What were you saying?
Oh, you just had said that communication would be a big strength in this relationship. And I just said, what a nice thing to look forward to.
Oh, yes. It's the kind of communication where he really listens and you have good conversations. He's the person that you enjoy talking to. Like you guys can actually go out to dinner and talk properly. Oh, no, it's crashing again. I don't know why this is not happy with me tonight. Give it a sec, guys.
I can hear you again.
Perfect. Okay. Another feature is there might be a slight overlap with work. You know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of a person who sometimes will bike to work. Like he reminds me of my best friend John. Like he'll get on his helmet, he'll jump into work, he'll pick up a vegetarian wrap on the way, like very health oriented, very sort of a clean, green, active person. But no, by no means is he a crazy vegan or anything nuts like that. But yeah, he's going to be health oriented. And I feel like he's had a very serious relationship, maybe a marriage before, because I feel like there's a mixed family idea. So are you old enough, would you say, that it's actually likely that if you met an equal, they could possibly have kids of their own? Because that doesn't really apply to a 21-year-old, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And I have 2 kids of my own.
And so there's the blend. Yeah. Because I feel like he comes out of a marriage like you did. And do you have a son and a daughter?
I do, yes.
Okay. And what's your son's first name?
Griffin.
Griffin. Okay. Griffin is doing a lot around his self-discipline right now. He's going through a growth period where self-discipline and delayed reward are important. How old is he now?
He'll be 6 next week.
Perfect. This is about the right age. So what I would recommend for Griffin and for both of the kids, get a construction board, like a big colorful piece of paper, magnet to the fridge. Get, oh, of course we got cut off. Give me one sec, folks. I just don't want Sarah to miss this. Can you hear me again?
I can. The
Okay,
last
so as
part
I
I
said,
heard was that's the right age.
right age for getting him set up for a home reward system. So put a calendar on the fridge, and every day that he does what he's supposed to do, he puts a sticker on that day. If he doesn't behave properly, he doesn't get the sticker, but he has a chance to make up for it. Who wants to do twice the work to get your sticker? At the end of the week, you get a prize, and it has to be a substantial one. You know, at his age, it's probably going to be some kind of fun outing, but as he gets older, it can become an allowance, or it can become video games and things. It's going to be really good for Griffin, and I think for both the kids. Have you ever implemented a system like that before?
Well, I have everything laminated and printed and sitting on the other side of the room that I'm in right now.
Beautiful. So it's all beautifully
literally on
done.
the other side of the door. So it's ready to go.
Excellent.
I just need to put it up.
Excellent. I don't know. Did I ever tell you anything like that before?
So you did actually mention in the previous reading about getting together with a person and having a blended family.
Okay, good.
I think you had said that it would be a boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and not that I was going to have any other ones, but that there would be a boy.
That's interesting, because I thought the same thing now. And part of why I went to your son in the reading was because I feel like the guy that you're going to meet may have a son as well.
Oh, interesting.
So it's sort of my psyche's drawn to the boys right now with everyone tonight with children question has boy issues, it seems. So I'll leave that with you.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you. And I'm going to
put... This is not a person that I already know, though, is that...
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. And where are you working again, roughly?
So I'm actually not working, and right now I lost my job, and I'm going to be moving before October.
Okay, because I felt like there is a potential of meeting this guy through work. So have you worked in corporate settings before?
Many, yes.
Yeah, more marketing or media? What's the field?
Publishing.
Oh yeah, marketing, media for sure. So he'll probably be part of that. And he's one of those guys like you'd expect to see him at a cool coffee shop in Seattle. He's cool.
Oh, cool.
He's my kind of person. Right. Like I don't like hipsters and stuff, but we're not talking about that. We're just talking about a person who enjoys philosophical things.
Right.
There's a real intellectual chemistry, and there'll be physical chemistry too, obviously, but there's a real intellectual click with you. Oh, I'm so excited.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome, my dear. Well, let's keep in touch. I'm going to put you in the waiting room. You could either hang out with us. Now, Nikki, I know you've been waiting, my dear, but Jeanette has called in, and I just have to bring her on, and then we're going to bring Nikki on, and then we're going to bring Tannen on. So, Jeanette, I'm bringing you into the room. You're going to have to look at your Zoom call and toggle your microphone beside your name so that you can activate your phone or unmute yourself. I'm going to see if I can send you some sort of a... No, I can't do much to help you there. You're going to have to tap the screen and see if you can figure out how to put your microphone on. It's one of the little quirks with Zoom. And if you have trouble, Jeanette, with that, if it becomes impossible, you can call in on my 416-903-9009 number, and we'll put you on speaker that way. Then we'll get to you, Nikki, next, and then Tannen. I've got you there. Just give it a minute. I'm going to go and see what we have.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hi.
Hi, nice to talk to you. This is Jeanette.
Yes, it is. Pleasure to speak with you.
Yes, you too. You too. I believe you're a client of mine, aren't you? In other words, we've read together before? Oh, no. It cut out on you again. Hold on, folks. We'll be right back. We've got a few people waiting. Let's bring us back in here. There we are. Jeanette.
Hi.
Hi, sorry about that. Okay, you've had readings with me before, correct?
I have not.
Oh, you've never had one. Okay, cool. Okay. By the way, everyone that was in the waiting room, Tannen especially, and Nikki, we lost you, so call back in. Jeanette, what's your question, my friend? I'll do my best.
Very similar to your last reading.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's crashing on us again. Be patient, Jeanette. We get a good vibe going, and then it cuts out on me a few times in a row. They're really annoying. Sorry about that. You said similar to your last question, and then you cut out.
Okay. When will I find my life partner, and how will I know?
Okay, great. I'm getting like a fall kind of time. Like a fall, it's a fall period. And I'm not convinced it's this fall, but I mean, keep your mind open. Autumn time. I'm getting a sense of, oh, the dreadful online dating. So that's okay though, because, you know, the way I look at it is, look, if you're on these apps, you could still meet people naturally the old-fashioned way. It's just you're expanding your horizons. You're giving the universe more channels to use to find you. So I do recommend the online app. I do see some kind of networking that gets you together, so that could be online dating.
Okay.
I think he's goofy and funny. I think he's got a jovial spirit, like a real jovial personality. No, but he does take things seriously, of course. He's a grown man, but I just think he doesn't bark up the wrong tree. He doesn't swing at every pitch. He's kind of he disarms people. He's not the kind of person you'd be fighting with. And if a fight needed to happen, he'd just work it through with you.
Okay.
I'm getting a strong J name, which is funny because you're Jeanette, so he could be like a John or Jose or something. Who knows?
Okay.
And it's interesting because I feel like you've had a long-term relationship in the past, but I don't really see a marriage. Were you separated from someone you were not married to?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Never been married.
Yeah, but you kind of co-lived together with that guy in the past, eh?
Yes.
You know, I've been noticing this lately in my readings. I get people in clusters, so people with the same problem come to me at the same time, and it's no way they could coordinate this. It's totally set up by the universe. Doctors that I read for, I've got physicians who say the same thing happened to them. So one physician in the States says, they call it the zebra effect. He'll get a patient 1 week that has a 1 in 5 million chance disease, like very rare disease, very hard to diagnose too. And then 3 other ones will come in that month with the same thing, who don't know each other. So it's as if the universe sends the right people at the right time to the right practitioner. And it gives us a sort of a freshening up of the theory so we can help the people better. And one thing I've seen lately, and I think this applies to you, you have to figure out what your position in your family was growing up, because I think you had to help a lot. I think you had to be you had to sacrifice some of your youth to help out the family, or you didn't get everything you needed. And so love for you has been a little bit of caretaking for people. And I don't think that's healthy in romance. I think it has to be founded on sexual chemistry first and foremost, and then over time. And plus, I would say similar goals and values. I would say those are the key elements for romantic love. And when you base it on caregiving and you base it on nurturing, you're going to attract those kinds of guys who are immature, who want a mommy still, who are looking for a parent more than a partner, and who will blame their problems on circumstances but never take responsibility. And you're going to get the power trip of being the more understanding woman, the one who's going to rub their shoulders and really support them to their greatest. That's not healthy. And I would bring this up to you because I feel that may have been a pattern in the past with you. Do you recognize that?
You're amazing. Absolutely.
Good. So what's the role in your family? Did your mom make you mom number 2?
No, I actually left home at the age of 16. I grew up in the country and I moved to the city.
Yeah.
Didn't have to. I actually have a wonderful relationship with my parents, but got into some trouble at school and ran away from my problems and started a new life in the city. And I'm still in the city.
You and me both. So you're here in Toronto with me?
Yeah, I am. Yes.
Fantastic. So, okay. So in some senses, the problem didn't come from your family, but you did sort of cut the umbilical too soon and not always get what you need. And so some of your decisions and relationships were about survival, not about love. But of course we get cut off again. So I'll be right back, Jeanette, if you're hearing this on the live stream. At least you guys can still hear me talk after you get cut off. So hang in there. Now we're back. All right. We were just wrapping up here, Jeanette, but we're going to bring Nikki in, and then Tannen, I do see you there. So did you want to ask one more question quickly, Jeanette?
No, I'm great. I will definitely talk to you soon. Thank you so much.
Yeah, when we do a full reading, you'll get a lot more detail, of course, with regards to this sort of thing. So thank you again for calling in. Oh, one more thing, Jeanette, how did you find about me?
The Ghost website. We were actually chatting about the man on the bridge.
Oh, you and I were talking. We were. I remember that. Oh, that was so fun.
And I ended up liking your page. So
well,
yeah, we'll definitely be in touch.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's gonna be. And we are gonna do that bridge walk, aren't we? I think we should go help that boy.
I absolutely agree.
Perfect. Okay, well, we'll be in touch. I'm just going to move you into the waiting room, and we're going to bring Nikki in now for her second question, and then Tannen. Now, just a quick reminder, everyone. A few weeks ago, maybe it was a week ago now, I posted a link to a haunted location here in Toronto. Actually, it's over in Scarborough, and there was a teenage boy who killed himself off the bridge. People still see him. I said, we got to go and help. We got to figure this out. So we might plan a ghost walk with John, and you guys will all go together. We're actually, John and I were talking about doing ghost tours. We're going to probably do that ghost walk and maybe head over to the Keg Mansion down on Jarvis and Isabella. And that's a beautiful keg restaurant, man. Oh, it's an old mansion. It's the old Massey house, I think. And we're going to get a room, and we'll do a ghostly event together. We'll have a dinner, and this will be after COVID, of course. Nikki, please unmute yourself, my dear. Oh, wait. I muted you. Okay, perfect. Okay, Nikki, what's your other question? Oh, are you there?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. What's your question?
So I just had my fertility question answered, but I actually am in the midst of deciding whether I should stay at my job or not and take another opportunity. And I'm kind of looking to see what road you see me going down.
That's a good question. You have to help people. You have to work with people. Otherwise, if you're staring at a screen or in an office too much, I don't think it's going to be good for you. When you were younger, did you consider early childhood education or teaching, but you chose not to go that route?
I am an ECE, and about 5 years ago, I had just had enough, and I left that.
Yeah, the glorified babysitting, right? Okay.
It's the parents for me, but...
There you go. It's even worse with the parents, yeah. So now, it may be that you get into some level of resource work with older kids in a non-traditional school. I know you kind of feel like you need to get away from the education thing, but I just don't see that. I feel like you're best with young people who are going to like even maybe have some issues with normal classrooms. Have you considered taking some kind of special course?
No, I completely branched away, and I've actually been in an office for 3 years. I work for a drug and alcohol testing company, helping people like get jobs, and we've done a ton of COVID testing, which has been amazing.
Okay, wait, that's interesting, because those people are screwed up, and you're helping orient them to get what they need in life. Right? You're assisting them with all that. Am I right? Oh, shoot, you cut off. Of course. Just when things get good. Hang on, folks. We're bringing her back on in. Sorry about that. Can you hear me now?
That's okay.
Okay.
I can hear you now, yes.
Yeah, so maybe what I'm seeing then is some variation on a promotion of this in this role. Because it feels right. Like I felt like you needed to be with delinquents and stuff. And that's technically what you're doing.
Yeah.
So, okay. So yeah,
it's more just the company I'm working for now. So the role I'd be possibly going into that's kind of come up is just with a completely different company. But I'm just with COVID and uncertainties right now, it's kind of just so undecisive on whether to leave where I'm kind of safe.
Well, I'm getting the number 7. So I don't know if that means in 7 months or in the 7th month of July. Which we're already done this, so it would have to be next year. I'm almost thinking you have to wait for the perfect role. Is the different company or the different role you're looking at, is that a similar field though?
It'd be basically doing exactly what I do now, a little bit different of a field, but with city work in basically the exact same thing, but through the city instead of a private company.
I would do that. I would try for that. I think you should try for it. And maybe the reason I see July is because it's come up this month and this is the time to do it.
I applied for it this month. I just don't know if it comes up, if I'm wanting to leave or not.
Oh, I think it would be way better working with the city.
Yeah.
Way better, way more stable too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have to try. You have to put all of your energy into this, and I think you'll succeed.
That's amazing.
If it turns out, only because I'm not in a full reading with you, I can't guarantee everything, but if it turns out that this doesn't work, try again, and it might work out next year. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Great.
Yep.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Nikki. We're going to bring Tannen in next. Okay. Tannen, Roy, we're bringing you on in. Let me know when you can hear me. And Tannen's joining, and we have another caller from an iPhone, which you'll come in next. Hi, Tannen.
Hello.
Nice to talk to you. Now, your name's familiar. We've read together, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
Oh, great. Okay, perfect. What's your question?
I just wanted to know if you can see my daughter, my 16-year-old daughter, if you see her getting better anytime soon with her stomach problems. We've been having trouble with this for a very long time.
Yeah, and she's only 6, you said?
16.
16, okay. It does look like autoimmune issues to me. And I do think her gut bacteria or gut biome is not great. So I think certain foods are not getting completely broken down, and she's getting like food in her bloodstream almost, like small particles that are a bit too big. And so her body is attacking itself. Oh, bear with me here. Okay, can you hear me again?
Oh, there you go.
Okay, so I may have cut off to you, but I said autoimmune issues, her gut biome needs to be stabilized first. So that's going to be whatever that takes, whether they want to do, food like, cabbage that's been cured, and food that's, what's the word I'm looking for? Fermented foods, yogurts, things like this. You want to have a very, very limited diet of probably only greens and meat. Okay, you want to cut out, as far as I can tell, you want to cut out any kind of wheats and grain, and you want to cut out a lot of the carbs and things like that, and just go greens and meat if she is into that.
She's the complete opposite of that.
Oh, right. So that could be part of the problem, because she's having reactions to the food she's eating, I think. And is there a lot of bloating and things?
Yeah.
Yeah, poor little turkey. Well, she's got to really go on a totally different diet, totally different. Opposite direction. I would look up Michaela Peterson. What I'll try to do here is email me after, and I'll send you a link to Michaela and the carnivore diet, because I think that's going to help her. Nothing's going to kill you if you try it for 30 days and see what happens, right? So that's going to be good.
I guess you don't see anything happening soon with her, because it's been really hard trying.
Yeah. Hang on, guys. We got Moo. Moo carries her ball around, and then she starts screaming because she wants to play. We're just reconnecting now. Okay.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, I hear you again.
Nothing too soon, unfortunately, because the problem is that I feel she's eating the wrong thing. She's very, very sensitive, very allergic to some things that she has to get on top of. Okay. And some of this stuff isn't really well known in the medical field yet. So are they treating her as though she's got some sort of colitis or Crohn's?
We're in the middle of all kinds of testing. They thought she might have SIBO, but we're still in testing, I guess, phase, which has been a very long time.
I know, because it's one of those mysterious things. But I'm telling you, I think we need to stabilize her gut biome first and foremost, and then we've got to get her on a completely eliminated diet where it's like she's not having anything she's sensitive to. Has she had a food sensitivity test?
Other than celiac, but she was okay with that.
I'm surprised they didn't do a full spectrum food sensitivity test. I'm shocked, a little bit shocked actually. So that would be the first thing I'd do. That's going to get the relief quickest.
Oh, okay.
So if you email me, I'll send you some resource material that you can start investigating, and it's worth a try. I mean, at this point, how desperate are you, right? You try different things, and that's when you're going to see it work. Michaela Peterson almost died. She had a hip and ankle, both ankles replaced before she was 17, and she was having a huge autoimmune issue, and she'd found out a restricted diet, and she saved her life. And so I'll send you all the resources there, and I think she can recover. It's going to be a very controlled diet, though, very different than how she's eating now. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Perfect.
poor thing. That's so tough to deal with. And so is that your one question?
Yeah, it's mostly about her
Good.
because we've been struggling with this for such a long time. Sometimes I feel like I don't see no end to it.
I know. Did I say anything in your reading about this?
Yeah, you did mention something about food with her, and then I know she had to go through some therapy as well, which we're slowly contacting a few people for that, but she has a lot of anxiety issues as well.
Bless her heart. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Well, and then the anxiety is either caused by the diet issues or the anxiety doesn't help them. It's kind of a double-edged sword, right? So that's going to help. The cognitive behavioral therapy and the restricted diet is still what I see, because I can't remember anything I say to anybody in a reading, of course. So if I see the same thing now, then that's a good sign.
Yeah. That's pretty similar. Yeah, I just wanted to know, I guess, if there's light at the end of the tunnel.
There is, but it's one of these things that's a process to fix. It's not this one pill will fix it. It's like a process. It's a lifestyle change, and that takes a bit of time, but it's so worth it. So worth it. Okay, well, we just crashed again. I've got one more caller to bring in, and I may have another one too. I have to double check. But what we're going to do is I'm going to bring in my iPhone caller. I hope we still have you. Now, sorry about that. So Tannen, yeah, I've got an iPhone caller who we lost, so they're going to have to come back. We'll put you just in the waiting room, Tannen, and hopefully we talk down the road. Thank you very much. And I'm going to go visit my chat again. Okay. Tannen, I don't have host powers, so if you just want to cut your microphone off, that's fine. We're all we're running on the fly here, folks. Joe Fox, Bro Perkins, so good to see you, my friend. Oh, hi, Joe. Foxy Joe, it's good to see you. How are you doing with your health? I hope your health is good, Joe. Now, we had an iPhone caller. We did, and I've lost you because Zoom crashed, so please call back, whoever you were. You were waiting. Here you are. We're going to admit you in. Now, hello, iPhone. You're going to have to toggle your microphone. And then tell us your name. Yeah, just look for your Zoom window, iPhone user, and tap the microphone button next to you, or there you are. Oh, can you mute? Can you turn down the volume on the broadcast? Oh, you muted yourself again. We almost had you. There you are.
Hello?
Hi there. What's your first name?
Hi, Emily.
Emily. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, now is it Emily?
Sorry,
you sent an e-transfer, I believe, right?
Yeah, I did.
Beautiful. Okay, so let's get to your question, please.
Okay, so I lost my dog in May.
Oh.
I just want to know if he's okay.
Bless your heart. Bless your heart. And did he have a sort of cancer and a kidney issue? Like, I'm getting 2 issues.
I had another dog before him, actually, who had kidney issues.
Ah, so both your pups are there. Okay.
Yeah, this one, he was actually a puppy, so he just had a blockage.
Poor little muffin. He's okay. I think your grandmother helped. I think your grandmother took the puppy over. Did your father's mother pass years ago?
No, the only grandmother that passed was my mom's grandma.
Okay,
maybe and then my dad's dad passed away a couple of years ago.
Well, is there an M initial, like a Mary or Margaret somewhere? Do you know who that could be?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay, keep that on
I have
file.
an uncle, Mike.
This is more for a spirit person. It's an older woman who took your pup and helped your pup. So you're probably going to find that in your ancestral line, like where you're looking at great grandparents and great aunts and stuff. Okay, so that's actually someone who always takes the animals. They're very connected.
Okay.
Yeah, your pup, I feel, is okay. I think that pup is going to come back in a reincarnation. So I'm not sure that your pup is coming to you as a reincarnated animal. You could always put that out to the universe and try to find a puppy similar, and it could be the reincarnation, but it's likely to come in through a different location on Earth, like into the States or something.
Okay.
So
it would be a dog again? Or
a dog, yeah. We tend to keep to our species. Like a house cat could be a lion. Like they can change to different forms a little bit, but within the cat family.
Yeah.
And the dog, your pup will stay as a pup, and I think that's going to happen in the next year, probably already. Now we are crashing again, so bear with me, folks. I have Lisa Tucker waiting too. Here we are. We're back. Sorry about that. So you'll probably hear on the live stream I was saying that your pup will reincarnate already or very soon within the year.
Hi. Sorry, it cut out there.
I know. Bear with us here. So anyway.
It's still cutting out.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, now I heard you.
Perfect. Okay. Now, give me a sec here, because I think before your pup reincarnates, you're going to get a dream visitation with the pup. Did you already have a dream very specifically after the loss?
Yeah, not that long ago, actually. A couple weeks ago, maybe.
Yeah, because I felt that was your pup's way of coming back and saying goodbye before they reincarnate. Because they didn't have the things they needed to learn the lessons they wanted in this particular body that they had. That's why the soul chose to leave. I'm sorry, I cut you off. You were saying?
It's okay. I was gonna say, the lady that I got him from, the breeder, she actually just had puppies too. So it's his aunt's puppies.
I think there's a high, if those puppies were born after your puppy passed, there's a high chance that one of them is the same soul. There's a high chance. I thought it might have been closer to the States, but you know, where does this breeder live?
They live north, just south of Barrie, I think.
Okay. I don't know why I thought the States. Maybe it was my mind going, well, you know, usually people reincarnate, they don't have to stay in the same family or location. But it's a high likelihood that the pup came back through that litter, the same soul. So if you want to try adopting again from the same breeder, and if you look at the puppies and feel your way, you might find which one it is. And it's one of these things where it might have just been needed to be a girl instead of a boy to learn the lessons it wanted to learn.
You know, that's really funny too, because I was actually looking at pictures of them today, and there was one, and I said, I love you to it. And it's a girl. Might
be the same soul. So maybe you have to tell the breeder that story and go and get your puppy back. Yep.
It's crazy.
Something in the face, like, I don't know, the coloring around the eyes is like your other puppy.
Yeah, the same white mark.
Yeah, the marks, the whiteness.
White
yeah. That's your puppy. So go get your puppy back. Yeah, beautiful. Good question. Do you have anything else to wrap up?
Thank you. No, that's everything.
Beautiful. Okay, we're going to put you on into the weight room, and then you can always hang out in the chat. We're going to bring Lisa Tucker on. Lisa Tucker, my dear, I know you well, I believe. You're going to toggle your microphone, and we'll see what we have. We did get your payment, so we've got to ask a question. Let me know once you're ready, Lisa. I think that's the last one for tonight. So, yeah, to toggle your microphone, just look at your Zoom window, Lisa, and try to tap the unmute yourself. And as I said to you guys all listening, we're going to have a much better operation next time. This was an experiment, and Facebook's changed a lot of the live streaming settings. Hi there. Oh.
Hi.
Hi, Lisa. Nice to talk to you.
Nice to talk to you too. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good. I hope you're well tonight. So what's your question?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Good.
My question was, I made a decision to transfer schools that I work in. So I'll be starting at a new school. And I was just wondering if I made the right decision.
Oh, definitely. Okay. Oh, definitely. Isn't it a bigger school though, or are both of them fairly large?
Oh yeah, I'm going from like 200 kids to like 600.
Yeah, it's much bigger. And I think you're going to find it very satisfying. I think it's run a little more professionally in the way that when it comes to you and your tasks, you feel left alone. You're not going to feel like you have to be part of the team as much and always do these stupid, meaningless meetings.
Oh my goodness. That is amazing. Thank you so much.
And it might be, is it more of a Catholic system? What's the system? Oh, we've lost you. We'll be right back. Hang on there, because this is important. We're going to bring you right back in, Lisa.
Sorry.
Okay.
I think I just heard you ask if it's more like a Catholic school.
Yes.
No, it's not. It's still a public school.
Now, the reason I ask is because you know what's going on with the critical race theory garbage and how they're giving you all that training and stuff. Yeah. Something about that is a little more isolated and not as accepted in this new school, which is very interesting to me.
Okay.
So maybe the administrator doesn't, like the principal and things, don't buy into that as much, or maybe you guys are gonna hear from some parents pretty soon and change that. Are you a teacher of elementary level?
I'm actually an intervention support worker, so I'm a support staff.
Great.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So I do have to work with a lot of people, and that makes me nervous to go to a new place, but I felt it in my gut that it was time.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I agree. And the real confirmation in the reading here is that I saw it definitely being a very notably larger system that you'll be in, less having to deal with a lot of malarkey with staff meetings and stuff, and more one-on-one, for sure. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And thank you for all the good that you do all the time. And it was so good to talk to you.
Oh, you too, Lisa. We'll talk to you soon, hopefully. Okay. Take care. So I just had one more call come in, and then they left. I can't even remember the name. I think it was a beautiful Indian name, Sunita or something like this. So if you want to try and call back, I'll try to hang on the line, but I will have to go pretty soon because we have one person who I have to call privately after this is over. But perhaps the reason you left was because you realized you'd have to pay for a question to be asked. So I'll give it another minute and we'll just wrap up. And yeah, we've gone for a while. Oh my goodness, how quick the time flies. An hour and 36 minutes. My goodness. Well, everyone, it's been a pleasure. I think this has been a successful test of our new, not the equipment, but at least we can do this perhaps weekly for single questions. And I'd like to use this format if we need to raise money for a cause. I think it's a fantastic thing. Rather than me keep the money, we could use this to donate to helpful causes. I will be open to suggestions from all of you, among other things, because sometimes I don't like to hit you guys up for cash, especially all the time. But maybe there's an event or some kind of cause we can raise money for to help. Maybe someone who's ill or someone who has a major catastrophic life experience, and we can all donate. I know we did that for one of my good friends whose brother and niece died in a fire, a 6-year-old niece, and his brother died in a fire, father and daughter, and you guys raised a lot of great money for them and really helped the family with funeral costs from that horrible tragedy. That was over a year ago now. So things like that, we're gonna see this kind of thing more often, and I'm gonna work out the kinks so that we don't have Zoom crashing on us all the time. All right, so thank you guys once again. We will play ourselves out here in just a moment. I want to find a song. What's my song? There, we'll play my official theme song by my friend Gagan Singh. You guys have a wonderful, spooky evening. And we'll talk to you next time.